Hi, this is Juan from JuanTutors.com. Welcome to my totally free office hours. Today we're working on the Living Environment Regents for January 2017. If you want to exit these exams anywhere in the world, go to nysedregents.org, and down here you click on the appropriate link. All right, let's get to work. Here's problem one. For a human zygote to become an embryo, it must undergo fertilization, recombination, meiotic division, or mitotic division. First off, before anything, definitely go through the process of trying to guess an answer, and then watch the video to see if you get the same answer we do. If you have a viable justification, then definitely hit the like button, and if not, if you get a different answer, then just watch the video and see why we got the answer that we did. We do need to know what certain things are in this problem. First off, what is a human zygote? A lot of students just don't know this. What a human zygote is equal to a fertilized egg. Okay, so the egg is fertilized by the sperm cell, and once the cell goes in, that is now a zygote. Okay, so now what has to happen to become an embryo? What has to happen? Let's see. Well, fertilization. The zygote is already a fertilized egg, so fertilization is not something that has to happen later for the zygote to become an embryo. Now, recombination, suppose we don't know what recombination means, and we'll discuss what recombination is in a moment, but let's see what this next one is. Meiotic division. Well, what is meiotic division? Meiotic division is the process of, excuse me, creating gametes, which are sperm in males or egg cells in females, by division of cells. Okay, that happens that is used to create the sperm cell, and that's also used to create the egg cell. Once the two cells are fertilized, meiosis does not happen again. In fact, what does happen? There's only two types of that we've learned that one is meiosis and the other one is mitosis. So what is mitosis? So that meiotic division is not the answer, because that's used to create sperm and egg cells, and these sperm and egg cells already exist and they've already been fertilized. So mitotic division is equal to the process of splitting a cell into identical or nearly identical daughter cells. Now, when we say daughter cells, we mean just the cells that are produced by the process of the division. They're not female nor male. They're just children. They're split. They're cells that are produced by so this is the parent cell, and this is there's two daughter cells which are nearly identical. Okay. So that's what mitotic division is. In a nutshell. Of course, it's a much more complicated process. You could spend 10 pages on a high school textbook talking about just mitosis, and of course, when you get to the grad level, you could talk about mitosis for half a semester. So that is definitely something that happens in order to go from a zygote to an embryo. So what is it? The embryo is the fertilized egg, fertilized egg after many divisions. So that's what the embryo is. You may even be able to see some features of the full-grown baby already in an embryo just after a few days. So that's definitely something that happens. And now we've chosen that as the answer, despite not knowing what recombination is or not discussing what recombination is. In this biology test, you do have to sometimes get an answer without quite knowing what a certain answer is. And I want to establish this because I've tutored kids who go from this question. They're like, well, what's recombination? I don't know what it is. Let me pick it. That doesn't make sense. If you know what mitotic division is, um, we've just talked about it. So if you know what it is and you know that's something that has to happen for a zygote to become an embryo, that's the most logical choice. Don't go to recombination just because it's another answer and you don't know what it is. It's the opposite. If you do know what it is and you know it makes sense, then you should pick it. If you don't know what it is, probably shouldn't pick it unless you've eliminated completely the other options. So what is recombination? I was reading the article briefly on Wikipedia, one of my favorite sites, but the basically, and I do recommend that you read it. Just just the first few paragraphs and scroll if you're really interested in it. It's really some cool stuff. But it's basically the process of creating genes in children which are not carried by either parent, and that happens through some basic mutations, so some removing of letters, some adding of letters. They talk about they diagram one scenario over here, so definitely check it out. I do highly recommend looking at Wikipedia for some of the basics. It's actually sincerely, it's a very good site for when you're studying for the Regents. Okay, so definitely check it out. Hopefully you got something out of this. If you're watching this video from our channel, thank you, by the way, and definitely subscribe and like the video. If you just let the video end, you'll be able to go to the next video. If not, go to our channel, go to the section that has this specific test, the January 2017 New York Biology Regents, and then the videos will proceed one after the other. So definitely do that, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned for that next video.